Every ultimate is a temporary body reaction. There is nothing to do in this world in the way the mind imagines something to do, because everything the mind calls an ultimate is just a temporary biochemical or nervous system event. Money, validation, sex, travel, status, power, being admired, being desired, being seen. All of these are body reactions, not truths. They are dopamine loops, not meaning. Let's be precise. Money beyond basic comfort does nothing except increase options, increase comparison, increase story, increase ego's playground. It does not deepen life, it amplifies noise. Sex is not sacred or profane, it is chemistry. Validation is not fulfillment, it is relief from insecurity. Travel is not freedom, it is novelty stimulation. The body gets excited, the nervous system spikes, the mind interprets that spike as this matters. It doesn't, it passes, always. The mind's biggest lie. The mind says, once I get this, I will be settled. This is false. Why? Because the mind cannot be settled by objects. It feeds on movement. Give it one thing, it immediately creates the next desire. That's not a flaw. That's its design. So the tragedy is not chasing things. The tragedy is believing the chase as an end. So is everything meaningless? No. That's where most people misunderstand. It's not that nothing matters, it's that nothing you can point to is the source. There is no external endpoint, no final achievement, no arrival state. There is only clarity or confusion. What actually changes a human being? Not money, not discipline, not habits, not enlightenment fantasies. What changes a human being is seeing clearly. Seeing that the mind is not you. Desire is mechanical. Pleasure is short-lived. Suffering comes from resistance. Peace is not an experience. It is the absence of distortion. When this is seen, not intellectually, but viscerally, life simplifies on its own. You still work, you still train, you still earn, you still eat well, you still move in the world, but nothing is loaded. No desperation, no hunger to probe, no need to become someone. Then what is left? This is the part people don't like. What's left is silence, precision, energy without leakage, action without attachment, joy without reason. You don't chase happiness. You don't reject the world. You don't renounce anything. You simply stop hallucinating meaning where there is none. Life does not ask you to do something. It asks you to stop interfering. That's it. Not nihilism, not spirituality, not ambition, non-interference. And paradoxically, from that place, your actions become sharper. Your work becomes cleaner. Your body becomes stronger. Your presence becomes heavier. Not because you want something, but because nothing is in the way. Every ultimate is a temporary body reaction. This sentence is not philosophical, it is anatomical. What people call ultimate: money, sex, love, power, freedom, success, enlightenment, purpose, peace. Different words, same mechanism. A shift in chemistry, a rearrangement in the nervous system, a brief stabilization of inner noise. That's it. Why it feels final in the moment? Because when the body changes state, the mind interprets relief as truth. Dopamine rises, this is it. Oxytocin floods, this is real love. Cortisol drops, I am finally at peace. Serotonin stabilizes, I figured life out. But chemistry is not insight. Relief is not resolution. The body always returns to baseline, always. The illusion of arrival. The mind believes this feeling will stay. It never does, because the body is designed for movement, not permanence. Homeostasis demands change. Adaptation erases novelty. The nervous system recalibrates. What once felt profound becomes normal. What once felt sacred becomes maintenance. What once felt ultimate becomes memory. Even spirituality is not exempt. This is where people resist hardest. Meditative bliss, neurochemical shift. Non-dual awakening experience, altered brain state. Deep peace, temporary quieting of internal conflict. If it comes, it can go. Truth does not come and go. Only experiences do. Why this realization feels threatening? Because if every ultimate is temporary, then nothing can save you. no relationship, no career, no practice, no identity, no realization. The ego wants salvation. This sentence denies it. So the ego calls it depressing or dangerous or meaningless. It's neither. It's clean. What remains when ultimates collapse? Not emptiness, not despair, not apathy. What remains is unloaded life. Action without desperation, effort without hope, discipline without narrative, silence without withdrawal. You still move, but nothing is carrying psychological weight. The mistake is not chasing ultimates, the mistake is believing they are permanent. When that belief dies, life does not end. It finally begins to move correctly. The quiet shift. You stop asking, is this worth it? Will this fulfill me? Is this my purpose? You start asking, what is here now? What needs to be done? Am I interfering? And even those questions fall away. This sentence is not something to think about, it's something to see again and again until the mind gives up trying to make life resolve into a conclusion. When that urge ends, there is an ease that cannot be described because it is not a state, it is the absence of false expectation. If you truly examine your life in its most basic form, you come to the unspeakable realization that there's literally nothing to do on this earth. Anything you do grows old after it's done. Anything you attain loses its luster. Anything you become is not enough. Now what? You sit long enough. You strip life down far enough. You remove society's promises, your parents' hopes, culture's noise, and your own fantasies, and then you see it. There is nothing to do. Not because you are lazy, not because life is empty, but because doing was never the point. Why everything grows old? Anything you do exists in time. Anything in time decays. You finish the project, it's over. You make the money, it stabilizes, then becomes normal. You get the body, it becomes maintenance. You get the girl, it becomes relationship dynamics. You become someone, you immediately feel the gap again. This is not pessimism, this is mechanics. The nervous system adapts, the mind habituates, the ego needs escalation. So the sparkle fades, always. Anyone you become is not enough. This is the most brutal line. Because becoming is comparison. To become something means someone else exists who is not that. Someone exists who has more. Someone exists who had it earlier. Someone exists who did it better. So even success is unstable. The mind cannot rest in an identity. Identity is movement. That's why even good identities feel hollow after a while. So why does this realization feel unspeakable? Because it collapses the core illusion. If I just figure out the right thing to do, life will work. When you see there is no right thing, no final move, no correct identity, the mind panics. It calls this depression. It calls this nihilism. It calls this meaninglessness. But that's just ego withdrawal symptoms. Now comes the real question. If there is nothing to do, why live? This is where people either run back to distraction or they finally become honest. The answer is not nothing. The answer is life itself. Breathing, moving, building, creating, training, eating, working. But not to get somewhere. You stop using life as a tool to fix yourself. You stop treating action as a means to salvation. You act because action happens. You rest because rest happens. You work because work is in front of you. This is the shift most people never make. Before, I act to become. After, I act because I am alive. No narrative, no self-improvement storyline, no future self-fantasy. Just direct engagement. Why this doesn't make you passive? This is the paradox. When there is nothing to prove, energy stops leaking. When there is no destination, attention sharpens. When there is no identity to protect, fear disappears. You become extremely disciplined without effort, focused without forcing, consistent without motivation, calm without detachment. Not because you are trying to be better, but because there is no internal friction. The moment you stop asking what to do with life, life starts moving through you correctly. Nothing mystical, nothing romantic, just reality unobstructed. So there is no point, and that is not a clever line. It is not nihilism, it is not spirituality, it is a statement of fact. Why the mind keeps asking for a point? The mind is a gold making machine. A point means direction, hierarchy, better versus worse, success versus failure. Without a point, the mind has no job. So when you ask, then what is the point? You are not asking from clarity, you are asking from habit, the habit of meaning seeking, the brutal truth. Life does not exist to do something, life exists as something. A tree does not ask its point, a river does not wonder if it's worth flowing, your heart does not beat to achieve, it beats because that is what a heart does. Why this answer feels unbearable? Because the ego survives a narrative. I am becoming someone, I am going somewhere, I will arrive. Remove the point, and the ego collapses. That collapse feels like emptiness, but it is actually silence. The mind calls silence nothing because it cannot operate there. So, what happens when there is no point? You stop living for life and start living as life. You still work, train, earn, build, create, but none of it is carrying psychological weight. No, this must save me energy. No, this must prove me pressure. Action becomes clean. This is the key distinction. Purpose is a mind invention. Alignment is a biological reality. When you are aligned, the body moves correctly. Attention is undivided. Effort feels light. Discipline is natural. Not because you found the point, but because you stopped demanding one. The moment you see there is no point, you stop wasting life trying to justify itself. You don't need a reason to live. You need clarity to stop fighting life. One last thing, important. This does not mean do nothing, give up, withdraw, become passive. That is the mind misinterpreting silence. What actually happens is you become dangerously effective because nothing inside you is arguing anymore. Sit with this, not to understand it, but to let the mind fail at solving it. That failure is the doorway. So, when you finally see that every ultimate is only a temporary body reaction, something fundamental breaks. Not your life, your expectation of life. You stop waiting for money to settle you. You stop expecting love to complete you. You stop believing achievement will silence you. You stop desiring sex will fulfill you. You stop hoping insight will save you. Not because these things are wrong, but because you see what they are. Events in the nervous system, movements in chemistry, ripples that rise, peak, and dissolve. Nothing permanent was ever promised, only falsely assumed. When this assumption ends, effort becomes clean. Action becomes simple. Silence becomes natural. You still live, you still act, you still build, train, earn, create. But nothing is burdened with the job of giving life meaning. Life no longer has to justify itself.